Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for Bitcoin price prediction based on Elliott Wave analysis. This is the intraday for Bitcoin to see what happened today and what we might expect next. So today in the daily, I mentioned that we are in a wave 4 in the perfect fib levels, perfect zone to push for higher, and here we are. We're pushing, of course, toward the upside for a wave 5 here to reach, of course, our next blue box as 97k, the most common target, and uncommon target 96k 400. We are, of course, in a complex structure here after our major diagonal where we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Potential wave A or wave 1, meaning at least an ABC is unfolding here, and I'm still looking at least for the 1-to-1 fib level taken from the A to the B here, and of course looking for the wave C toward the upside. Now, of course, a very complex structure in a wave B or a wave 2, very likely to be a wave B, so be careful, and that because of course the complexity reflect a little bit much more potential for a wave B rather than a wave 2. However, a WX and of course wave Y as a triangle here, the triangle is AB and a CD and an E here, and starting the impulse toward the upside. Now currently I'm looking of course for a little bit higher. Yes, it might be a little bit extended move here that we might see for Bitcoin, so of course be careful with this one. Now we see on the 15-minute chart something very complex, and of course a potential 1A, B, and a C wave 2, and we push for higher. And that means, of course, that Bitcoin might continue, of course, the push toward the upside here after this impulse ABC expanding flat. If we want to get much more insights here for Bitcoin, we can move, of course, to our indicator for the KGT. Of course, we're looking here for several bearish signals, and we saw, of course, this drop for a wave C in a potential expanding flat, where we saw an A, a B, and a C 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 as a diagonal wave 4 interfered with the zone 1 internally, and currently we are looking at something that it has started several 1-2s, but of course we still facing here some problems. It might still be, of course, a little bit corrective, so we gotta be careful with it. The signal for the bullish, of course, given, and we see, of course, higher prices. Now it is given within, of course, a not a divergence but continuation for the price here toward the upside. Therefore, of course, it's still a valid move here, valid signal that we might still push for higher. But to make sure, as per Elliott Wave, of course, that we are really pushing for higher, I would like to see this high taken. And this is a confirmation, of course, for higher. And that means, of course, we might push further toward the upside here. And of course, better confirmation to take the all-time high. But however, I'm estimating a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at least to reach the 0.618 here, our blue box for Bitcoin. In case we drop down, and of course in case that it will reverse toward the downside and continue for lower, well, don't forget that this is your invalidation for the 1-2, and that means, of course, confirmation for lower prices. The next target might be taken, of course, from the wave A to the wave B to be tested first, of course, in a regular flat wave C, which is in confluence with 0.38 Fibonacci level here as an ABC, and then pushing for higher where your wave 4 might still be finishing within the time here, and then of course pushing for wave 5 maybe later on after it. But of course, in case we see a signal of strength, in case we break it, we gotta be careful, right? It's a red flag. When we break this is where the red flag raise up here, and of course our invalidation for the bullish scenario 90k or 91k, I would say, will be in sights. Yeah, so it will be in danger, of course, to be taken and to interfere with the zone 1. However, it looks like anyway we're pushing for higher, guys. Yeah, so it's very clear that we're pushing for higher anyway, and the signal also from KGT here is playing. So I would say, yeah, we might continue for higher, and no signal for bearish yet. That means, of course, we push for higher. That's nice. That was it for Bitcoin, the intraday. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.